What's up, guys? I probably reached out to you in the Facebook group chat, or sorry, Facebook group, and I just want to record a video on how I got the results that I posted, and I think some of this stuff will kind of go a long way in helping some of you guys. I hope anyway. And if there's any questions at the end, please feel free to reply to my email or you can message me on Facebook. But anyway, let's get started. I'm guessing a lot of you guys have real estate clients, and that's the reason you reached out to me. So I want to start with a typical scenario. This is a buyer lead campaign. So this is we're going to be obviously promoting the property for a buyer lead campaign. Now, how that scenario usually plays out is, they send you like a Zillow link like this, and then you have all these images to work with, and then you have all this information to work with. Now, the first order of business, I would recommend do not copy and paste this. Don't be lazy when it comes to your creative. Your creative, I would say, is probably 70% of the results. So make sure you put a little more time into it. Make sure you put a little more finesse into it. Just do not get lazy. So basically, do not copy this whole jumbo thing and just paste it into the ad, which I know a lot of people do. Really take the time to read what's in here and break down the information into chunks so it's actually digestible. Most people, if they see a big chunk of information like this, their brains are wired to just ignore it, right? So we, right off the bat, break up the content, right? Then I'll show you the actual listing ad that we did, or the creative that we did, and I'll show you the strategy behind it. So the headline, you can put the number of beds or the number of bathrooms, a combination of both. And then you want to put a little bit of scarcity in there as well. Like, don't wait too long, or something along the lines of just basically making it or acting right now. So a headline should be about how many beds or how many baths, etc., or how many square footage. Just pick a good feature about the place and use it as a headline, and then use some scarcity there. In the description itself, just using the address is usually fine. You don't even need a description typically, but if you were to have one, then just kind of use the address if you'd like. Now, the body copy, this is probably the most important, I think. The way our eyes track our phones, or track or consume information on our phones and on our desktops, it looks like that it's always the first line of the body copy that really gets their attention first, or the actual image or video. So you want to make sure that this first line is really going to get their attention. So first of all, we've tested a bunch of different, hooks, basically we call them, and a hook is basically getting them to stop scrolling and pay attention to what we're saying. So it's here, just these two words in caps lock with the exclamation point has worked pretty well for us. Also, an emoji doesn't hurt as well. Now, mind you, do not overkill the emojis. I've seen a lot of ads where they completely overkill emojis. Do not do that, because it's a little much, and it might be working against you rather than for you. So then the next line is the most important feature of the house that you think is the most important. So with this one, this was a property in Denver, and it was sitting on 2.2 acres. So this was basically the main people that we're trying to attract are people who live close to the city, but they want to be away from the city or secluded from the city, and live by the mountains where they have peace and tranquility and all that stuff. So that's basically the main kind of people that we're trying to attract, that we think are going to go for this kind of property. So yeah, an absolutely stunning home sitting on 2.2 acres. So again, try and pick the most important feature of the house and highlight it in the first line. Then the next line, people want to know exactly how much it is. You can go ahead and tell them $895. And then after that, you want to, again, it's not about like this stuff wasn't even in this description. You have to really think about this stuff and see how you could make it into a marketable property. And again, we want to attract a certain type of people to this ad. So we went with the line, want to be close enough to the city, but live in seclusion by the mountains. and then that kind of tickles your curiosity a little more, and then you start reading on into the body. So this gem of a home is waiting, probably not for long. So again, you want to add some scarcity here, get them to really try and act fast. I don't know if I mentioned this already, but again, in the headline, we also added some scarcity. Don't wait too long. Make sure that that exists in your copy as well. We want them to act now, right? And now in terms of the features, again, it's going back to this, right? Like these features were all just kind of hidden in there. Make sure that you guys do not do that. So also, we do something called a feature stack, right? So we want to include probably some important features in here, but we don't want it, if it's a long list of features, we do not want to list all of them in one just big chunk. We want to break them up because it makes it look like it's more value for what you're getting, right? So we did 6 features, and then we broke it up. You think that that would be enough, but there's more. Your home also features, boom, a master suite, 5-piece master bathroom, large private deck, slab granite counters. And then we also add a bonus. So if there is a bonus, like for this property, a full home inspection report was readily available. It was already ordered. And that's important to clients. So you could break up the last feature, or if there is a bonus like that, definitely include it, right? Because again, it's all about perceived value. We want to create more and more value in the ad as we can. Now, again, not all of you guys are going to have this kind of situation, but you can get creative, right? Just try and figure out what is it about this house that is a little bit unique and that you could create kind of a bonus offer for, right? And then finally, at the end, your actual offer, we want them to take action. So want to take a tour or just have some questions, we want clear instructions here, right? So tap learn more now, and then that would lead to an actual lead form where they would fill out and it would get sent to the client's CRM. Also, give them an option here, right? If they don't want to tap and fill out their information, you can also list your your client's actual phone number, as long as it's okay with them. And then we listed their phone number here. So that's the actual creative. Again, do not get lazy with the creative. It's really, really important. Just put a little bit more effort into that than you usually would. Again, all the effort that you put up front, the more work you put up front, the less work you're going to have to do later on. So I'm going to go into the actual ads themselves. So we did make 6 ads, and we tested different headlines, right? So over here, we didn't actually know what was more important, whether it was sitting on 2.2 acres, whether that was more important, or the headline, but the first line, the body copy. It's here. We had a different line here. It was something about, do you want to live by the mountains in seclusion or something like that. It was something about living by the mountains. I don't know if we still have it. Let's see. Sunning home, sitting on 2.2 acres, 2 acres. No, that was one ad set. Maybe it's in this ad set. I know that one didn't perform well, so we may have just killed it. Yeah, okay, so I guess it didn't perform well, so we killed it altogether. It's probably these two down here. So you want to do little variations like that, right? Because you don't know what's really important to them. It's just a guessing game. And in this case, I really thought that living by the mountains was more important, but we found out it was the acres of land that was really important, which is probably a poor guess on my end. Another thing that we tested was obviously images, right? So we tested this image with the tree in front where you could barely see the property, and this image where you could actually see the entire property. And for some reason, they got equal results. So which is fine for us because we were still getting great results. But I would have totally guessed that that this image would have done it, would have driven more leads. But I think the reason why this image worked as well is because it evoked a little curiosity, and curiosity is always good for your ads. Just don't try and answer all of their questions for them. Get them to really try and click the form button and fill out that form to get the rest of the information from you. So maybe again, we don't know, it's just guessing, but my best guess is that this evoked a little more curiosity about the property because you couldn't see all of it. What else do you guys really need to know that I think you guys really need to know in terms of the actual lead form? We did a cost cap as well of $8. If you guys don't know how to do this, this is kind of important. So a cost cap is basically you tell Facebook that, hey, we do not want to spend more than X amount of money on this, on getting leads for this. So then we capped it at $8. The national average, I think, is $10 per lead for a property this expensive. So, but we wanted to get $8. Now, sometimes this works, sometimes it doesn't. Again, just test and you'll find out for yourself. Really do not stop testing. Make lots of variations with different copy, different offers, different pictures, and then you'll really start seeing some great results. And then once you do, you can kill the ones that aren't producing as well. With us, really all of these different ads out of the 6 that we were testing, 4 were doing really exceptionally well. So we killed off these 2 here. Okay, I hope that answered a lot of questions for you guys. And again, if you have any further questions, just hit me up on my email or hit me up on my Facebook. I'll include it in my email copy for you guys. And I hope you guys are having a great day and have a great weekend that's coming up.